Do not attempt to adjust your programming. You are now listening to B-Movies and Beyond.
Pew!
Pew!
Pew! Pew! Pew! Pew! Pew!
Pew, 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 pew.
Extra pews.
Yeah, welcome in everyone to another exciting episode of B-Movies and Beyond. Episode 320. 320.
Episode 332-0. 32-0.
320. Yep, that's right. It's Peter, as always, and Ryan, as always.
Yep.
We are back at it. It's been a while. We kind of had a little hiatus there.
Well, we just had a lot of stuff going on. We had some championships, basketball teams, and life and Renaissance festivals, and oh man, we got a Comic-Con to partake in.
June is just nuts, man. Like there's just so much shit going on in June. Non-stop.
It's
So,
crazy.
But we have found time to do this recording, and we got quite the episode for everyone, and hopefully, we just left them, all our listener just left that listener just waiting, anxiously for another podcast. So now they're gonna be so excited.
Yeah, you posed a question the last time we were supposed to record, and we did get some feedback. So we'll talk about our feedback
From text messaging, not from social media.
It's the illusion, Peter. We could have just made up listeners and been like, "Yeah, that one was good."
Maybe that's what we need to do. It might make me feel better, but
just make up listeners. Man, LA Knight, he really responded the other day.
yeah. I just I don't know, maybe we don't do enough social media, but at the same time, for this question, I started thinking about it. Like, I think it's somewhat of maybe a difficult question.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Like, I mean, are we ready to get into our quick question?
I want to catch up with you for a minute.
Oh, okay. That's what. Yeah. We just started talking about it, and I was like, I don't know if we're ready to move on. We're not ready to move on.
Peter, I have some breaking news.
Oh, what's that?
Okay, it was another dumb decision, but I did it anyway. But in the long run, it's not a dumb decision. So, do you remember when I had my Ninja Turtle thing signed by some of the Ninja Turtles?
Yeah.
NECA released Ninja Turtle 3 toy set
for San Diego Comic-Con.
Comic-Con exclusive, and Kino with his motorbike comes in a pizza box.
Yeah.
I got it.
Well, and the turtles come in like a VHS kind of box.
Yes. So now I'm gonna have to go on a mad hunt and find the first one because I missed out on the first one. But yeah, I partaked in that. I was like, you know what? I can't just not have 2. I have to have 3, and I have to go find 1.
Oh man, you must just have a lot of dispendable income. Is that right? Expendable.
It's not Expendables 3. It's well, it is Expendables 3, not 4.
Yeah.
Well, but no, it's a pre-order. It's toys. One day when I have my own office/studio, you're gonna see all the stuff in the back, and viewers and listeners are gonna be like, "Hey, that's cool. Hey, that's awesome." And I'd be like, "I know. You can check this out in the middle of the show, like playing around with toys, unboxings and stuff." But yeah, it was just perfect time kind of thing. It was like 10 o'clock. I got a notification. I was like, oh, okay. I forgot about that, but I guess I'll make it work. So,
and you did.
And the best part about these pre-orders is I forget about them sometimes. So like half a year later, I just get this giant box from NECA, and I'm like, oh, cool. What is this? But it just
you got it before it sold out, huh? It looks like it's already sold out.
We got it before it sold out.
Well, that's not bad. I'm like looking on eBay already, and they have it up there for like double the price.
I know. How are they going to sell those if they're not even out yet?
Dude, probably what they say. It's like, oh yeah, it's how they on eBay they say, oh, we got this, and oh no, this one actually said it's the pre-order. So someone's selling their pre-order already.
Oh my gosh.
But you know how they also just state they're like, oh yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles box. It's just the box. You're paying $200 for a box.
If I could sell the box for $200, I'd be so happy.
You just gotta trick people. That's all you gotta do.
I know, you got to read the descriptions, because I saw the Music Ninja Turtles came out in 2020, and a lot of those are just the box, not even the figures.
The Music Ninja. Oh, they're like portrayed as like rock stars or something.
Do you remember when they did the tour?
Like the live action one? Yeah.
Yeah, they made figures of those.
Oh, when they didn't really even have shells. Right? They didn't really have shells.
Yeah, and they were
They
just
wore
like
clothes.
they just wore clothes, and they had like Kiss style makeup on their faces, and they're like,
Yeah.
yep.
Do you think they'll ever make the turtles from the porno?
I hope so.
You gotta complete your collection, Ryan.
Could you imagine that room? And they're like, what are those? Those are the porno turtles.
Just with these green dongs.
They would just Do you remember when we reviewed that?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was a quality episode. Quality episode.
I gotta
Speaking of
find that. Oh man.
I'm excited for because we will record before what's the pop culture thing going on?
The Denver Fan Expo.
Thank you, Fan Expo.
Denver Fan Expo.
Look out for us there. We will be in costume. Peter will be in a dress. I'll be in a black dress.
On one day, only one day. We'll be there Saturday and Sunday, right? Are you going Friday? I don't think I make it Friday.
I have a ticket. You were there when that happened.
Yeah.
Remember, Nick got all drunk and started buying tickets for everybody?
Dude, we have to start doing that more. Just go out on some night with Nikki and have her something that she's going to, and then kind of be like, oh, I don't know if we're gonna go or not. I'll get it.
You want more green beer? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get you some beer real quick. All right. We're at something brewery, your favorite spot. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know you like this one with sparkles. Here you go. By the way, this is coming up. What do you think? I don't know. I'm on the fence about it.
Yeah. Oh, you already got tickets?
Oh, wow. Awesome.
Yeah. How'd you get those?
How'd you get
Show me. Redo it and put my name in there.
Yeah, just go ahead and show me on your phone real quick. Oh, your credit card information is already on there? That's just so simple.
Yeah, it's so simple. Just go ahead. Hit that accept. But thank you, Nikki. Thank you for getting us tickets to go to the Fan Expo. I'm pretty excited.
Hey, you know what I'm most excited about? This is the first time I will be partaking in the cosplay with you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. My costume came from China, and it smells like a handful of 90-year-old Chinese men who were sewing it were smoking cigarettes like crazy.
I hope you washed it, or are you just gonna keep it like that?
Should I just for the dramatic effect? Just
go
to Comic-Con just smelling like Chinese cigarettes.
I mean, it's the heritage of that costume. So,
he did actually partake in a war back in Vietnam.
It's true.
So it might be authentic.
Didn't he kind of get like burnt up a little bit too? So I mean, like that smell is like you burning.
I like your idea on that. Just make it smell like rotting, burning flesh.
Yeah.
Like, speaking of which, Fast X is on VOD. Have you watched that, by the way?
No, I have not. I kind of say, dude, like it's been weird. Like John Wick's been out on VOD for a while. Fast X, which that was a really fast turnaround for Fast X, in my opinion.
And it's because it didn't do well, but yeah.
Yeah, when I heard it's kind of, well, I think you told me it's boring.
No, I said it was awful.
Oh yeah, you said it was awful, but I feel like I've heard people say like it didn't live up to expectations like the other ones. Like it wasn't as out there. They didn't go to space. So
Was it out there? It was extremely out there.
I don't know. Like this other one, they thought the other Fast and Furious movies were, more so. But I just, you have to be in the right mood. And also, I haven't watched John Wick 4 either because I also haven't been in the mood for that. And I'm still going back and forth if I need to watch the other. I only got through the first one and I haven't watched 2 or 3. So I'm wondering if I need to do that too, but I don't know.
Just don't watch 3. 3 was the worst one.
But it runs right into the 4th one.
Yeah, but you're not missing much.
Well, and that's why I'm like, maybe I can just go straight to 4.
Okay, let me just give you a little insight. So I made Jeremy actually watch Fast X, by the way. And I just randomly got text that said, "This movie is ridiculous. I have no idea what's going on." I said, "Oh, it gets worse." He goes, "I'm out of Miami racing." I said, "See, I forgot that even happened." He goes, "Or wait, they're in Brazil. Now someone is getting healed by a robot laser spider." Oh yeah, take a guess where they're at. Did I just hear TIE fighter sounds? Yep. Also, why is a little kid black? Who's black that Dom fucked? I'm so confused. I might need you to do a review on this movie. Who is this boy's mom? And then we showed a photo of Dom's son's mom, right? I forgot her name, Elena.
Yeah.
John Cena just blew himself up, theoretically. Are you fucking with me? I said, it gets worse. Wait, so he changes races throughout the movies? And his dead mom goes from being Brazilian to black, in which her sister in the movie is very much white. It's like reverse Michael Jackson, Benjamin Button Jackson. Okay, that kid's fro is gone. This gal fucking Godot is what Jeremy ends it with. I said, watch the post-credit scene. And that's about where we ended up. So Jeremy's live updates of Fast X was better than watching Fast X.
That was pretty good. I mean, he should have been putting that onto Twitter. That's what I was worried. Maybe we need to start getting some live tweeting on some stuff. It's just, oh man. But I felt like during this episode, I don't know. I need to watch something. But I felt we got Jeremy's review. It was pretty good.
Oh, it was a solid one, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make him watch other crappy car explosion movies like that I always do. Yeah,
he loves those.
He hates them.
I know.
and it was all because I wouldn't download a movie called Tiptoes. And have you heard of this movie Tiptoes?
Yeah, we reviewed it on the podcast. I guess that was before you.
Yeah, okay. So he was like, dude, have you guys talked about Tiptoes? I was like, I'm sure Peter has. And he goes, that movie looks terrible. I was like, does it? It looks pretty awesome.
I'm pretty sure it was pretty boring. But I mean, you got fucking Matthew McConaughey and you got Gary Oldman being a midget who's walking around on his knees the whole time. Like that alone is just like, wow. This is some good filmmaking here.
Oh my gosh. Why couldn't they just hire in an actual dwarf?
Oh, they would have to do that now. They have to now.
They have to now. They have to now.
In the Lord of the Rings, they get real hobbits.
It's part of the Screen Actors Guild, right?
Yeah, it is.
We can't make another Lord of the Rings. We're all out of hobbits.
Dude, pretty soon we're just like we're not gonna have like actors, right? They're like, hey, what profession are you? Oh, you're not a race car driver? You can't be in this movie. Sorry. Like
that's Gran Turismo.
Exactly. It's just I don't know, man. It's ridiculous.
Speaking of which, I saw the trailer with Jeremy with for Gran Turismo, and he goes, "That's not real, is it?" And I said, "Oh no, that's real. That's real." He goes, "No, seriously, that's not real, right?" And I said, "No, it's a totally actual true story."
Yeah, and a true movie. It's
And a
crazy.
true movie.
Yeah,
Peter,
there's just
speaking
so
about
much.
upcut. Oh, we have a quick question. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Let's do it. What do you say?
Okay. Yeah, we're ready.
Let's go.
What? How? Why? I have so many questions!
Bum bum.
All right. I posed this question the last time we recorded. Due to oh man, what the movie with Jackie Chan and John Cena, which we just thought was so ridiculous and such a weird team up. Um, but we said, who is your great unlikely duo? Post this on social media to our friends, and we did get some answers. I thought some of them were pretty clever. But like what I was alluding to before is it's kind of tough. Like, what's a really good unlikely duo that you would want to see? Like, I kept on going. I was like, oh, I just feel like that's too like that's something they would do. Like I couldn't really actually come up with a great duo. Did you get some?
Yeah. I have 3 on there, but I added 1. But I'll
Okay.
add 1. But yeah, I do, of course. So Peter, your question's not that difficult. It's just it's it's very like quick questioning, like in your face. So like if it's in the spot, you're like, I don't know who to think about. But when you actually think about it, you're like, oh yeah, oh yeah,
Or maybe
oh.
there's too many answers. Maybe that's it.
Now I have way too many answers.
Gotcha.
So let's go through our friends and our social media responses. Um, I like this one. Your wife says Will Ferrell and Will Ferrell.
So okay, I didn't finish typing that out, but she wants Will Ferrell from Step Brothers,
Uh-huh.
and then Will Ferrell, the Spartan cheerleader from SNL. She wants them to team up together. I was like, yeah, that could be fun. It could also just be like Step Brothers, like all over again. But I mean, the idea of just Will Ferrell acting against Will Ferrell uh should be pretty entertaining. So
I think more movies should be made that way. A la The Flash.
we're getting there.
We're getting there. And to be honest with you, I wasn't taken away from a movie, so I think Will Ferrell can actually do that in both characters. uh, Eddie Murphy did it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So Danielle, I'm down with the Will Ferrell, all cast Will Ferrell movie with all his characters.
Oh, that'd be fun.
But the main character is stepbrother and Spartan's cheerleader.
Yeah, when she said that, I thought, oh man, like Will Ferrell and like Adam Sandler. I was like thinking like those are probably maybe the 2 biggest people. Wouldn't you say like 2 biggest like actors like coming from like SNL?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
like
yeah.
they had their line of movies. Adam Sandler has his, Will Ferrell has his. Like I think they need to do a little team up there.
Have they ever cross pollinated?
I don't think so.
That's a good one. That's a really good one to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I would like to see a Happy Madison produced, or even vice versa, a Will Ferrell, Adam McKay produced. They're still working together, right?
they might be doing some stuff. I don't know.
Because they finished Succession. I mean, they weren't going to let that flop because of a Lakers movie. Good choice. I like that, and I like the Peter. I see what you're typing out as you're doing that. Nate's is this. Have you ever met Nate?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, I have. He's been on the show.
Oh, okay.
Pretty much everyone we're talking about has been on the show before.
So a little side joke, and hopefully Nate watches this one. But any time I introduce Nate to Jeremy, I go, Nate, Jeremy, have you ever met Nate? And I'll introduce like in a text, like if we're all hanging out, I'm like, dude, we're gonna hang out with Nikki. We're gonna hang out with Nikki's husband, Nate.
That's great. Yeah. But he said Andrew Garfield and Sylvester Stallone. Which I like it. I think I feel like they would butt heads, you know? Especially if he was playing, like Andrew Garfield was playing that punk ass Peter Parker that he was playing.
He was a good punk ass Peter Parker, wasn't he?
I mean, yeah, punk ass, sure.
He played a good punk ass Peter Parker.
Mm-hmm.
Like not a super nerdy one, but like this edgy, cool New York and punk ass Peter Parker. I like saying
It was pretty nerdy. I mean, he made his own web shooters.
quickly.
That's
His
true.
montage was like super quick.
Yeah, that's because that's how smart he is.
I in no way, shape, or form believe that Andrew Garfield, Peter Parker, was that intelligent.
Yeah, I just felt like, you know, the bigger the fro he got, that's how they were trying to show that he was smart.
Yeah, and he probably binged that how to make web shooters and was like, "Oh, someone else did it. Cool. I'll just copy this."
He uses Bing.
He does.
He
He uses Bing in that movie.
Yeah. Nate's wife, Nikki.
The purchaser of Comic-Con tickets.
That's right. She said Taylor Swift and Robert De Niro in a like a cop drama where they're trying to solve a cold case and Robert De Niro's on his way out. So she has the whole plot and everything's filled out. But again, I could see that. Is this the greatest unlikely duo?
Well, I like it because the way she described it, Taylor Swift and Robert De Niro solving murders. She's an innocent new rookie, and he's the 40-year last case before he retires detective.
Yeah.
That's a good one. But in response, I just said he would just try and fuck her, and she would end up with his love child, and she would have to take care of an 80-year-old man's child.
And that's
Because
that's the new unlikely duo now.
I like that one.
Mhm.
What else we got? We got yours. You inputted a couple options.
So I was thinking about this and like, well, actually, you do one of yours. You haven't done one of yours.
Twins, because they made the movie.
That was great.
Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito. Like that movie is not only is that one of my great unlikely duels, but that's a great movie you need to watch. That's a recommendation right there. Because Twins is just one of
Absolutely.
those perfect like early 90s movies that are just like, this is a 90s movie.
It's fantastic. And I started thinking about it. I was like, man, they could probably just put Danny DeVito with like any other person. That's the great unlikely duo. You know?
Remember when they had him as Detective Pikachu for a minute?
Danny DeVito?
Yeah, they had Danny. Maybe someone mocked up a Danny DeVito voiceover of Pikachu and were like, you should make this movie.
Oh yeah, I do remember that. But I was picturing him actually as Pikachu.
He was.
No, like dressed up? What do you mean?
Oh no! Oh god!
Yeah,
That's
not just his voice. I'm talking about the real Danny DeVito.
That is It's Always Sunny episode, dude. Think about
Yeah.
that one.
Oh yeah.
Could you imagine
Yeah.
Danny DeVito dressed up as a bright yellow Pikachu? Churro, I'm trying to record, buddy.
Oh, skinny churro.
He's skinny now, and he's
Yeah,
so
he
much
got a
younger.
haircut.
Yeah, he
Yep.
went from old man to young man.
That's what happens.
What about add one to yours, Peter?
I thought it'd be fun to, you know, see James Bond team up with like Ethan Hawke from Mission Impossible. And because they, you know, they do things differently, right? James Bond is always just getting the women, where Tom Cruise is just running around with those high knees everywhere.
Mm.
You know, like I just felt like Ethan Hawke would have some issues with James Bond.
Ethan Hunt.
Ethan Hunt.
Ethan Hawke, I think, would be fine with James Bond.
Probably. He'd just go with the flow. Yeah.
Kevin Bacon and Ethan Hawke would be a very interesting duo in a horror movie. Sorry.
I feel like they would be the same. I feel like they're very similar.
What if they had a horror movie where they're competing villains doing the same killing?
Ooh, that'd be fun.
That would be a cool one.
Yeah.
Let me add another one because this almost happened. Michael Keaton and Marlon Wayans in a Batman Returns sequel. Or no, it was supposed to be in Batman Returns, wasn't it?
No, it was supposed to be Batman 3,
Right.
and
No, don't lick the mic stand.
yeah, and then like what else was there supposed to be like
Um,
Billy D.
Billy D.
Williams.
Williams was Two-Face,
Uh-huh.
and they were looking at casting Robin Williams as the Riddler.
Which I think would be pretty fun.
It would have been great.
Yeah, but Marlon Wayans as Robin, which would be an interesting take.
Which
I
was
kinda
funny
like
that
it.
they had him in the 90s as like the hot young like Robin superstar, like Marlon Wayans,
Yeah.
fresh off In Living Color. You know,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. But,
that would have
oh,
made
man.
that movie very diverse back in the
Yeah,
90s, which
it sure would have. I think it would have been better than Chris O'Donnell, but
Mhm.
Jim Carrey though, like I mean, he did a fantastic job. That was great.
I did put Taco Bell in porno.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think that's unlikely. I think it's perfect.
Just don't Google it, please.
Yo, yeah, don't do
There,
that.
I'm in a. I text Nate and his wife Nikki. Because Nate, if you don't know Nate, he loves his Taco Bell. So anytime I see something Taco Bell related, I bring it to his attention. And Nikki said, "This is a weird group chat because it's becoming a Taco Bell porno." And I said, "Ooh, let me Google that." Mistake, mistake, mistake. Don't do that. Don't, viewers, listeners. If there's anything I could save you with, is just don't do that, please. There's lots of poop.
Oh, great. Oh,
All right, and
great.
Peter, I think you and I could probably agree on this one. Maybe it's not unlikely, but I just want to see it happen. We've talked about this for years in the podcast. Nick Cage and Keanu Reeves.
Yep.
Yep.
I was like, I don't see it on the list, but that was my final one. Was that? Actually, I was just gonna say, pretty much Nicolas Cage and anyone would be fantastic. Like,
Dude, if only
he's-
Nick Cage was in like the Flash movie or something.
if only.
Yeah, would have
So
made a masterpiece.
yeah. Do you have something for us for next week, Ryan?
Question wise,
Yeah, tease the audience.
let
Do you? I feel like I might have something here.
me do a little Reddit search as we look it up and think about. Maybe something pro wrestling. Like, what actor would you like to see as a pro wrestler?
Oh, I know what it is. I know what I saw.
'Kay.
I want to know. Think about this: the best, or maybe the worst, film plot twist. I think that's what we need to think about. I have an article here from That's Entertainment that has a whole bunch, and some I disagree with. So I think that could be a. There's a lot of plot twists out there,
The worst plot twist?
or the best, whatever you.
Oh,
wanna
okay.
do.
So best or worst plot twist? Because I was gonna say that's just M. Night Shyamalan Llama Ding Dong. Like his
Yeah.
entire career is based off a plot twist. He could just make the most boring movie ever, and you're just waiting for this weird twist. Or he can make an epic movie and ruin it with a really bad plot twist, which he's
Yeah,
kind
and
of
then
done, right?
and the thing that like brought him back was one where he barely put a plot twist in and Split. Like you would think he would learn something, but like, oh man, they still like those plot twists.
I think it might have been South Park or something, but I remember their representation of him, and he's like, "What a twist!" Like he was like some sort of wizard or something.
What a
So,
twist!
so every time I see him, I'm like, "What a twist!"
That's
All right,
great.
the twist. I like it.
Yep, the twist. All right, next week, we got some trailers.
Boom.
Here are some exciting coming attractions from
B-movies and beyond.
Sorry, my dog is just here needing attention.
Oh, I understand how that goes. I understand.
Last episode, didn't a dog poop on the bed?
My dog did take a shit downstairs. Yeah, I need to open a window though. It's really hot in here.
Oh, that's fine. Oh, dude, it does get hot when you record with all the lights and the production and stage.
It sure
Totally agree
does.
with you, yeah.
Well, and I turn off the fan, so I wouldn't make a lot of noise.
And we suffer for you, viewers. We do.
Exactly.
So,
all right,
you start.
We
off,
got some
Peter.
good.
Yes.
All right, we got some good trailers. Some from a couple weeks old, but I still, especially this one, right off the bat. Sympathy for the Devil, starring none other than our boy Nicolas Cage.
I just love that this motherfucker is just making the biggest comeback ever.
Dude, this is like the equivalent of like when Tom Cruise did Collateral, right?
Yes.
But holy shit, I just felt like Nicolas Cage is in his element where he gets to go off the rails. So like Nicolas Cage is the villain, right? He's like the Tom Cruise role where he's like takes this guy hostage basically in a car and they're driving around doing all kinds of shit. Wait, who's the guy?
The dude from Suicide Squad.
Oh yeah. Rick Flag, right?
Yeah, Rick Flag, yeah.
Yeah.
Both
RoboCop.
Suicide Squads.
And RoboCop.
Oh yeah, he was RoboCop.
Yeah,
he was a good RoboCop. Very underrated RoboCop.
Yeah, I agree.
Cop, RoboCop.
Yeah.
Wait, has there been a RoboCop porno?
Oh, I'm great. I'm sure there has. Yeah. But it's Nicolas Cage takes some hostage. He's trying to get out of it, but Nicolas Cage has like this kind of weird accent, but he gets to be the crazy Nicolas Cage that we all love. And that trailer made me so fucking excited for this. I cannot wait for this to come out.
I like the plot of it. After being forced to drive a mysterious passenger at gunpoint, a man finds himself in a high-stakes game of cat and mouse where it becomes clear that not everything is as it seems.
And Nicolas Cage just, I mean, yeah, he's just a badass.
He is him, dude. He, like you said, he's in his element. He's in his face-off, just losing his mind bullshit. Peter, where was I? I had to defend Nick Cage's honor today on Twitter. Someone's like, "Oh, name some movies with Nick Cage that aren't like two of the lamest ones that you can pick." And I was like, "Bro, there's a ton of Nick Cage movies," and I went off the rails.
Wait, what did he name?
As I'm looking, keep on elaborating.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to figure out when this movie comes out because I need to see this pronto.
Here we go.
July 28th.
Ooh,
can't wait.
Month.
Yeah.
Month and a couple days.
Yeah, pretty much.
I like trailers like this because, like our last one, we don't have to wait till October. So can you name a Nicolas Cage movie you like that is not The Rock, Con Air, or Face Off? And my buddy Sayer Bettinger gave his list. And his has Vampire Kiss, Wicker Man, National Treasure, Next, Family Man, Season of the Witch, Drive Angry, The Frozen Ground, Stolen, Ghost Rider, Pay the Ghost, Joe, Dying Off the Light, Dog Eat Dog, Looking Glass, Score to Settle, Pig, and finally The Unbearable Weight and Massive Talent. And I'm like, bro, you forgot Gone in 60 Seconds, Renfield, Mandy, Willy's Wonderland, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Lord of War, World Trade Center. Like, there's been no bad Nick Cage movies.
The Sorcerer's Apprentice. Come on.
Yeah.
National Treasure?
Hey, he had 1 and 2 on there.
Oh, he did. Okay. I missed that one. Dude, The Croods?
The freaking Croods.
Yeah. Dude, the guy is just amazing.
I love him. Okay, I met Dustin Kinstry from Thrice. Check that one off. The next one, I need to have a binge drinking night with Nick Cage.
Holy shit. Oh man.
Would you
Dude,
do? Would you do it? Like, say you and your family are in Vegas, and like he's just at the bar. Would you tell Danny like, I just gotta go drink with Nick Cage. I'll see you later.
yeah, probably. I feel like I could not pass that up. You know what's crazy is that I almost had experience like that because I was in Las Vegas and we're all sitting in this, like, I don't know why we were there. Like, I was on vacation with my family, so we weren't like doing too much. And he also was not getting drunk. It was like at like a gym, and I don't know why we're at this gym, but literally, like, I'm like my back is to like where like people were walking by, and everyone in front of me is like, and I'm like, wait, what? And like they're like, it's the guy. It's that actor. I'm like, what actor? And I'm like looking around. They're like, it's Nicolas Cage. I'm like, no, where? And I totally missed him. I even tried leaving the thing to go and see if I could find him. And I totally missed Nicolas Cage like leaving the gym in Las Vegas because he lives there.
Oh my god, that would even be a cool movie. Leaving the gym in Las Vegas.
Yes. Yes. Oh man, but I
Peter,
just feel
you
like,
were that close to greatness, and you've never told me this story.
dude, literally in the same room, but I just never actually saw him. It was such a disappointment. I
What do you
just could
smell
not
like?
believe it. I mean, he must have smelled good because I didn't smell anything.
Las
So,
Vegas, they pump vanilla through all the HVAC systems.
that's true. That's true. But there's just nothing this Nicolas Cage can do wrong. I mean, come on. Um,
I mean, he can con a bunch of people into a sub exploration to go see the Titanic, and he
mm,
was still too soon.
you think he would still get out of that and, and we still love him?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
I
know.
think it
He
would.
probably would. It wouldn't be his fault.
Somehow it would be that freaking James Bond guy's fault or Ethan Hawke,
That's
one of those
right.
guys.
Uh, our next trailer is coming to Netflix called The Outlaws with was it Adam Devine
Hmm.
and Pierce Brosnan,
Oh
which
yeah,
we
James
ran
Bond.
into. Yeah, we ran
Oh,
into him.
speaking of running in, yeah, we ran into, and Nikki was the one who scared him off. Nate's
Yep.
wife.
Yep. Jeez, Nate's wife. You
Jeez.
just wanted to enjoy the artwork in peace, and you had to go chase him down.
That was another moment where I was like, guys, look who it is.
I
And
know. And I
everybody's
didn't.
like, what? I was like,
Again, I didn't believe you.
I know.
Yeah. But like him and his wife are like uh burglars, right? Or like really famous
The
um
Ghost Bandits is what their
the
name is.
yeah, bandits. And then Adam is trying to marry their daughter, and it turns into this crazy weird team up. I mean, talk about an unlikely duo. I mean, it's Pierce Brosnan and Adam Devine, right? There you go.
I love this was in the trailer, so this got me to watch. I want to watch a movie. Is the quote? He's like James Bond, and then you hear Pierce Brosnan say, "Which one?
Yeah.
Number 5. Oh, that's a good one."
Nice. Yeah. That was great. I like when they can have fun like that, you're in for a good treat. And these are these silly Netflix movies, right? They are improving. They are getting way better. And this one looks pretty good. So I'm excited to see it.
And Pierce Brosnan, 70 years old, still just one dapper guy.
Hell yeah. And I
Yeah,
hear he's super nice. Super nice guy.
yeah. Not when our friends chasing him off.
Well, he just wants to be left alone. So, what
Yeah,
was Expendable 4, you kind of mentioned this one.
I mean, watch it on VOD.
Yeah,
They don't have that big of a cast like they have in the past ones. And that for me was the thing with the Expendables. I was like, "Oh, cool. Who else are you adding?" Not why did everybody leave?
yeah, this new thing now, they're kind of going in a different direction where they're getting young blood. They're like making a new younger team,
That's just
which
called Fast and Furious.
exactly, like the thing that was great about it is that you're getting all these old guys and you just kept on getting more and more, and that was the joke. That was the fun of it. And and then it seems it's also a lot more with Jason Statham, like he's the leader now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. And I mean, Megan Fox, that's fun. That was she's hot. But
Still.
who's the bad guy? Like that was the other thing too. Like they always picked really good. Like you had Van Damme is one of the bad guys. Mel Gibson was one of the bad guys. Like you had some really good people being the bad guys. It was a lot of fun to watch. Like I don't know who the bad guy is now.
Apparently, it's this guy Iko Uwais.
Is he old?
So
Is he an
he's
action star?
he was in the Raid 2, Headshot.
Oh, okay. Well, that's kind of cool. They're they're blending some I guess genres now, or getting some more action people.
He seems like the perfect complement to Tony Jaa.
Yeah.
Tony Jaa's in it.
Okay. Yeah. Antonio Banderas is still in it, right? Like I thought there was some jokes with him.
I didn't see him in there.
Oh no, that was Dolph Lundgren who they were joking about. Can't see very well, but yet he's the sniper.
There's Andy Garcia, Randy Couture, 50 Cent. Yeah, I'm meh. Do better.
Yeah.
Yeah, do better.
Dude, if they just kept on getting more and more like old, like again, Nicolas Cage still isn't in here, then you'd have me sold.
Dude, if Expendables 5 just had Nick Cage, Keanu Reeves, Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, they don't have Kevin Bacon. Come on.
Yeah.
There's still a lot more action stars out there that they can add into this. And that's what they did with the first 3. Like that was a lot of fun. That's why I enjoyed those films, because they just kept on bringing more and more and more and more.
That's
It
what
got
they have to go from the 80s action stars to the 90s action stars.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
your Nick Cage, that's your Patrick Swayze's dead.
Keanu Reeves should be on there.
Let's look up a list of 90s action stars real quick. Steven Seagal should be back. Oh, dude, throw on Jackie Chan again.
They could bring John Cena in there.
Will Smith.
Will Smith. Martin Lawrence.
Martin Lawrence. That would be a good one right there. Wesley Snipes. I think he was in one of them. Tom Cruise.
Dude, what if? Oh man, they missed the opportunity. They should have had Mel Gibson and Danny Glover be the bad guys in whatever one Mel Gibson was in.
Have they missed the opportunity yet?
I don't. Did they kill off Mel Gibson?
I don't know.
He comes back. That'd be hilarious if he came back. Or they do one of those things like the Fast and the Furious franchise, where like Danny Glover comes back as he's the bad guy because you killed off his partner Mel Gibson. Just like the Jason Statham and the killing his brother, and then maybe Danny Glover turns into a good guy. I don't know.
There's a writer strike going on, Peter, and I think this is our calling. We're just gonna come back with Expendables 5 with dude, Eddie Murphy.
The studios, they're gonna reach out, man, pretty soon. Like,
the
hey,
buddy cop movies from the 90s, dude. Oh my gosh, as Expendables 5. That'd be a good one.
Yeah. Well, all right. And then our last trailer, Kraven the Hunter. One of the villains from Spider-Man. This is a Sony movie. Aaron Taylor Johnson is Kraven the Hunter, and he is the good guy, but he's the anti-hero.
So it's Kraven time?
It's Kraven time. That's good. It's Morbin time. Yeah, it's Kraven time. Yeah. That's like a Taco Bell like motto or something.
Oh, dude, if they haven't capitalized on that, dude, if they have a movie tie into this, it's Kraven time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I be honest with you? I think the movie came out, or the trailer came out way too early. I think it's going to lose a lot of steam, and they're going to tell you way too much about this movie until October.
I mean, October's right around the corner, man. Like, I don't know. I feel like
4 months away.
yeah. It's right- Dude, you better believe, man, it's gonna be right around like
I know,
like-
but we're going to get so many more trailers, and every time we do an episode, we're going to be like, guess what? They unveiled more of the Rhino in this trailer. Cool.
that was the okay, the Rhino thing, that was weird. They've had so many different versions of the Rhino, the mechanized one. Now they have one that's going to mutate. Now I just feel like it's going to turn into some fucking Island of Dr. Moreau shit. Like, and then I'm also just confused. Like, isn't it? He's just fighting his dad, who is Russell Crowe. Like,
Russell Crowe could be in the Expendables too.
oh yeah, he could. Gerard Butler. I mean, come on. The list goes on. I
So-
just
Let's do an episode where we make our own Expendables plot.
okay. Just a full episode of
Just a full episode. We'll get 2 other people, and we'll just make a plot for Expendables, and we'll just send it off to Warner Brothers or something.
okay. So we'll tag them in a thing. We're writing it for you. Yeah, like, so what do you think of this trailer? Like,
I don't need Spider-Man villain origin story movies that
I-
aren't tied to Spider-Man.
I agree. Like, it's such a weird deal, and I don't know where they're going with this. Like, are they really going to have Kraven show up in the Spider-Man movie? Like, I just don't know what they're going to do. And then the issue with this is that you're making them the good guy, right? So
Venom's the only anti-hero, dude. Well, I guess Morbius is too sometimes. But
yeah, yes. And I guess no, I don't know if Kraven's actually ever really been good.
he's just brought good morale to Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Like he'll like fuck him up and teach him a lesson.
that's true. Like, because he's all about just the hunt. That's what he's after. He just wants a good hunt.
Yeah.
I don't know. Here's the thing that I think they got going though, is that they're making this rated R, which I think that's a good decision.
Yes.
So it's gonna be bloody as hell. And it's gonna be interesting to see if that actually pays off.
I think it will.
You think so?
Yeah, I think I'm in, dude. If you look at the cast list, and you can find this on IMDb and Wikipedia, Craven's brother is listed as Chameleon. So not are we
Yeah.
only getting Kraven, but we're getting the Chameleon. So what I do like what Sony's doing is knocking out the Sinister Six saga quickly. It's not being dragged out. It's not like Chameleon gets a movie, this guy gets a movie. It's like, here's Morbius, here's these two, here's Venom, and all we need is Doc Ock and Vulture. And they got Electro, they got the Shocker. Like, we kind of have the villains in place.
Yeah.
So if they were smart enough, dude, that's what Spider-Man 4 can really be.
It could be.
Because if he comes back and he knows he's Spider-Man and he has to fight the Sinister Six right away, oh my gosh, that's going to be a freaking explosion of a movie.
It could be, or shitty, I don't because I didn't like how for a time, like, right, every single sequel it turned into like, oh, you know what we need to do? Like, the first movie we had one villain, the second movie we got to have two because you got to do more, right? And then even sometimes in the third time you had 3 villains. Like,
Yeah.
like it's a little bit much. Now, yes, with the right people involved, they can pull it off. I don't know. And like the whole thing with like the new Spider-Man 4 is that, like, my understanding with Tom Holland is like, I'm not coming back unless you can top No Way Home, which that's a tough one to top.
Wait, he's threatening not to come back?
Apparently.
That's because Zendaya is making threesome movies and he has to one up her.
Yeah. So if he can't do a foursome, he's not in.
Yeah. She's like, I thought you said we need to team up against, like, we need to have a threesome with villains. And he's like, not like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That movie looks dumb, by the way. Hers. I don't like
the
her.
Challenger or something.
I don't like her as a standalone actress. Not into it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, Kraven the Hunter, I don't think I'm gonna go rush out to theaters and see that. I'll wait for that to be available somewhere. But it's rated R, and I think that's the only thing that I'll applaud Sony for. So
I like it.
yeah, let's move on.
Let's move on. News. Should we just blast through news real quick? It's not that
Yeah,
important.
do it.
Let's do
Yeah.
it. Apparently this is a James Bond episode because we talked about him so many times, but as we suspected, Henry Cavill would have been James Bond if Daniel Craig didn't exist. That's coming from Henry Cavill. So
Okay. All right. If he didn't exist, that's like, I'd
That's
still
from-
be Superman if James Gunn didn't exist. Like, it's such a weird thing.
Yeah.
But all right.
Director of GoldenEye, Martin Campbell, reveals that The Witcher star Henry Cavill would have been James Bond if Daniel Craig didn't exist. That is the title of this. So
that just means that Henry Cavill was runner up then? Is that what we're getting from this?
yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Which I would have liked it. But yeah. I mean, it is what it is now. I like Daniel Craig for the first two ones, and then after that, I was just kind of bored. I think Henry Cavill would have been a little bit better as a James Bond. However, we would have never gotten a Henry Cavill Superman, in my opinion.
I mean, I feel like he can still be James Bond, so
Yeah, he's only 40, dude.
yeah, there's still a chance that he can go and do it. Here's my thing. I feel like he would have to slim down a little bit. I think he's just a little bit too stocky for James Bond, but
Yeah, he's a little buff.
we
can't have buff Bond.
Yeah, that'd be weird.
Yeah. Next up, apparently there are multiple versions of Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse playing in theaters. Is this just your way of me going back to see if I could notice the differences? Because by now I forgot.
I didn't read that article. I heard there was some stuff with I guess maybe the music or something that they sent out new audio for it to correct some of that.
Because you can't understand Spider-Punk, dude.
Oh, okay.
You cannot understand him. Like, they gave him such a thick British accent. You're like, what?
Gotcha.
You gave us some pivotal point to the story, and I just can't understand what you said.
Yeah, so this is like some Tom Hardy Bane shit, huh?
Yeah, and Spider-Punk, most overrated Spider-Man.
That's too bad.
Yep. And then third Spider-Verse movie reportedly won't make release date as animators battle overwork and stress. Don't stress out and overwork your animators.
Exactly.
But also, animators don't complain when Disney releases AI generated openings to Secret Invasion and you're not getting work and AI is taking over your work. Did you hear about that?
No, I did not.
Watch the intro. Well, watch Secret Invasion, but if you watch the intro to it, it's all AI generated. And animators are pissed about it because they're like, you're taking work away from us. Well, on the caveat, like, there's work, but you're complaining about it. And honestly, Spider-Verse could have some scenes that are AI generated. That's the way that this film looks.
Yeah, okay.
I'm a little fired up over the Secret Invasion thing because, dude, it plays with Secret Invasion. Like, the AI generated, it's not like cut and dry. You don't know who. You gotta watch Secret Invasion.
Yeah, I'm curious about that because, I mean, from what I've seen for AI, you plug in like, hey, this is what I'm looking for, and see what they come out, and sometimes it's shit. So the fact that they actually got something that they like, I don't know. Why not?
Watch it. It's first episode's good. Recommendation.
Yeah, now they can focus on other shit. So
Exactly.
calm
They could
down.
focus on working on what they need to.
Yeah, focus more on fixing some of the animation of not a dick Modoc.
And the Flash, I'll tell you more.
Oh, okay.
And then last news is they're already projecting Indiana Jones to be sort of a flop.
Dude, so far, I mean, think about it. Like all these pretty much like big budget movies have been kind of been a flop like this summer, right?
Mm-hmm. Elementals, The Flash, now Indiana Jones, even Spider-Verse. Well, no. Spider-Verse is making their money.
Yeah, and I think in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, I think made their money, but like they're calling The Flash a flop. They're calling like Fast X kind of a flop, right? Like,
Yeah, that movie was a flop.
yeah, I just like, you'll
Just sucks
probably
'cause it hit Indiana Jones. Like people love Indiana Jones, but to be honest with you, Peter, like I'm not like extremely stoked to go watch this Indiana Jones movie.
me either. This is a plan to watch when it comes to Disney Plus.
You like Indiana Jones, right?
Uh, yeah, but for me, Crystal Skull like left such a bad taste. Like I went like midnight showing, and I just like I'm gonna go to bed. Like I
You
took a
fell
nap.
asleep, yeah.
Yeah, like I laid down and I didn't watch that piece of shit. So like I'm excited. Sure, I guess it looks better than what that was, but kind of the excitement has kind of worn off, and I just like I don't need to go to the movie theater. I'll just wait. Like if this comes out and there's like people really excited about it, maybe I'll change my mind. But I don't know. Dude, this isn't Top Gun Maverick.
No, it's not. And Top Gun Maverick was a good movie.
Yeah. The one piece of news that you didn't put on here though that I thought was pretty big that I saw, because of these box office flops involving The Flash. Apparently, I don't think we're going to see a Batman Beyond movie where Michael Keaton plays the old Bruce Wayne.
Oh, yeah, that would make sense. It sucks because spoiler alert, I review The Flash and
Yeah.
Michael Keaton is a gem in that movie.
Yeah. So apparently they were saying like if this movie did so well that pretty much they would have greenlit that movie.
It makes the way The Flash ended, I don't know how they would do it. But
well, the multiverse, so
yeah. But the Batman. I'll talk about it later.
Okay, but it's a bummer because I read that and I was like, oh man, like now we're getting him picking
weird?
up like the Callaghan, and he was gonna be in Batgirl, and that got pulled. And then the idea that there's gonna be a Batman Beyond, and then now that's pretty much getting canned. Like they're just ripping Michael Keaton from us. It's just awful.
Marvel's like, come on back.
Yeah,
We got space for you.
that's right. Right.
It would have if they would have made Batman Beyond, Ezra Miller and Michael Keaton, and Ezra Miller as Terry McGinnis would have been a pretty good Batman Beyond, in my opinion.
Yeah, I see that. That's good. All right, should we get into it?
Let's just get into it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got distracted for a minute.
All right.
The
reviews,
meat and potatoes.
Man, you alluded to it, and I need to hear your thoughts on
All right.
The Flash.
Jeremy and I decided to go see that piece of shit movie, The Flash, and I went in thinking this is gonna be a piece of shit movie, and it started off a piece of shit movie, and Jeremy kept on talking in the Alamo Draft House when you're not supposed to talk, so it was distracting me. And he kept on saying, baby in the microwave, baby in the microwave, baby in the microwave. And I was like, dude, what are you talking about? The opening scene to The Flash is the worst CGI piece of shit I've ever seen in my life. And they have babies falling from a skyscraper, and he has a slow-mo scene. And let me tell you this, for a character who's supposed to be fast, they don't really portray him that well being fast. The best one out there has, oh, in my opinion, has always been Quicksilver in the X-Men movies
Yeah.
and Sonic the Hedgehog. Um, the Flash sucks at showing how fast he is. Like, he just looks like he's running in place on a treadmill, just very eccentrically. It's just dumb. So I thought this movie was gonna be terrible because the initial opening scene of the CGI was bad. The babies obviously look CGI. The dog was comically bad. Um, even the people falling from the skyscraper, it was just bad. So when they talk about the CGI being in this movie, the CGI being bad in this movie, it was bad. However, in the scenes where the Flash finally identifies where he can travel back in time, it kind of makes sense why it was bad because remember in Ant-Man where he's like in that like voided room and he started seeing these multiple versions of himself. That
Yeah.
that happens in the Flash. That's how the Flash realizes what part he needs to travel time to. That's the whole point of this movie. It's supposed to be based off Flashpoint. However, it's not directly correlated to Flashpoint. So if you're expecting that, you're going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
The Flash, Barry, what's his name? Barry Watson,
Barry Allen?
Barry Allen. he he um he travels back in time to save his mom. This is in the trailers. I can talk about this. In doing so, finds out he created a multiverse and open up the door, and you get to see this universe without the metahumans. So he's trying to find out who part of the Justice League exists, and finds out that Michael Keaton is there. He's Bruce Wayne. So you see Bruce Wayne as this long-haired, like Alfred's dead, obviously, because the actor who played Alfred is dead. And he's like this hobo style Bruce Wayne who kind of gave up because there's no crime to fight until General Zod lands his ship, and it's just like a repeat of like it like rewinds the DC ECU back to Man of Steel, and in this other universe, meanwhile, Barry Allen and younger Barry Allen are trying to figure out Flash powers so they can solve this. This is where I'm going to stop telling you the plot of the movie. The movie gets fun, dude. It gets really fun when you see Michael Keaton. He brings so much light to his character. It's not just like a cameo of Michael Keaton's Batman. Like, he is Tim Burton's Batman. He is Bruce Wayne. He's in the dark Bruce Wayne house. The way they get to the Batcave, all the eye candy you get to see, the way they use the plane. What's it called?
Yeah, I think the Bat plane.
Such a cool
Batwing.
Batwing. The Batwing, yeah. They didn't use it properly in Batman Returns, but they didn't have the technology to show how cool this freaking thing is.
Yeah.
It's the star of the show, dude. It is the star of the show, the Batwing. And just the funny things that they played on being in this multiverse of like this 90s style Batman. Dude, Bruce Wayne was like cracking codes with a pager, you know? And both variants are like, what is going on here? Like, is he really using a pager? And then alternate verse Barry like understands it. How they handled Ezra Miller and Ezra Miller talking to Ezra Miller as two different types of Barry Allens, he did an awesome job. That wasn't staged like, the social media was like, oh my god, the Flash is amazing. The Flash is amazing. It wasn't amazing. It was just good. But when they were talking about how Ezra Miller and Ezra Miller were both two different Barry Allens, he did such a good job, dude.
Yeah.
I didn't see it. I didn't have that disconnect of like he was talking to someone else and trying to talk to himself. Like, their dialogue and their back and forth, how they cut that and edit that and made them work together. You almost felt like Ezra Miller had a twin brother.
Well, there's a whole like thing out there, I think, on YouTube where you get to see the the guy that would stand in for the other Miller, you know. They look pretty close. But I think that was helpful to have someone to act off of. But even then, you're still portraying a whole nother person.
And dude, he did a good job. Like, you got to feel for our Flash, the one that we met in Justice League, that he was genuinely concerned about protecting the universe after he kind of fucked it up. Barry Allen in Multiverse kind of reminded me of Keanu Reeves in Bill and Ted.
Oh, nice.
And he did a good job. And he just kind of played this kind of like 18-year-old, didn't give a shit, didn't have superpowers, didn't understand it, but like was thrown into this situation and took control where he needed. This is where the movie is so fun because you're getting Michael Keaton Batman, you're getting two Ezra Millers who are the same person but not the same person, and then you get Supergirl. And
Yeah.
I thought they were just going to shoehorn her in, but no, it actually made sense how they put her in there. So this being a multiverse movie, the middle of the movie was fun, entertaining, and I enjoyed it. The beginning of it, stupid. The end of it felt so rushed, and I was so disappointed how they rushed it because prior to this, you saw the previews and they're like, oh, here's a Dark Flash, and they didn't give you much of it. Let me just tell you this: Dark Flash was the biggest waste of a villain in this entire movie.
That's really the villain?
Yeah, and he was in for like maybe 10 minutes of the movie. Do you want to know who Dark Flash is?
I don't really care. I guess do spoilers, but you just talk away. I'm gonna take a leak.
Oh, hell yeah. Dark Flash is multiverse Barry Allen after multiple times of trying to correct an infinite loop and save his mom, because he found out that the reason why Barry Allen went back is to save his mom because his mom died. So that's what, like, truthfully, the villain was himself this entire time. This is what I'm saying, Peter. This is a time travel multiverse movie. You would either extremely hate this or I think you would appreciate it. I need you to see this movie at some point because you are the B movies and beyond time travel expert in this one. And it this is like a night at something brewery where we talk about how there's plot holes and how they did something right. And you're right, they did kind of follow the Back to the Future rules, and even had a cue on Back to the Future when he goes into the multiverse. They talk about Back to the Future being a good movie, and Eric Stoltz was a badass.
Nice.
And he's like, no, you mean Michael Keaton? He's all, no, Michael Keaton was in Top Gun. And they started listing off all these other 80s movies where all the actors were in different types of movies. So that scene was extremely funny. And like back and forth, this multiverse is like, no, Eric Stoltz is Marty McFly. What are you talking about? You know? So like in terms of time travel and like a multiverse kind of thing, they added little cues here and there that kept it fun and interesting. And then once you get to the end and you see the Batman that comes back, it's hilarious.
Yeah, I've heard about all of that, and it sounds fun. Like, what did they call the final thing? Like, they call it some type of ball thing. I don't know.
All thing?
I don't know. Basically, you're seeing glimpses of other realities, right?
Oh yeah, the reality. Let's see. Was it a casual loop? No.
They call it something weird. I've heard
It's
lots of people talk about it or just call it that. I'm like, I don't know what the hell they're saying and how they came up with that.
You want to know?
Yeah, go ahead.
They show a bunch of different DC universes.
Oh
so
yeah.
And
But
then
you don't know what they call it though.
I'm looking it up right now, but it looks like
Okay.
uh future versions of here grows intention. Multiverse starts to collapse on itself, revealing other universes. Yeah, they're like the balls. Like, so as that multiverse, that infinite loop that they're trying to correct is cracking, all these universes collapse into themselves. And you see multiverse versions of Batman, and the best one is Superman, because you
Mhm.
get to see a glimpse of a very CGI Christopher Reeves, and I let out the biggest audible laugh in the movie theater when I saw a long-haired Superman fighting a giant spider, and they pan over and we get Nicolas Cage as Superman.
Yes.
I knew he was gonna be in it, but the way they showed like the plot of Wild Wild West with Superman, I was laughing. I was laughing. So
That's
um
awesome.
this movie, yeah, it was just a fan service, dude, to be honest with you. I don't they don't need a Flash 2. This can restart what they need. I think this is why James Gunn is really happy with the way that's ended the DC ECU, because this is a good way to be like, okay, it was ambiguous. See ya.
So this movie did really in that. You feel like it finished wherever it left off. You're like, "Oh, I guess that's it. It's changed."
Yeah. The end, well, yes and no, because yes, because like you don't see Ben Affleck as Batman anymore.
Okay.
But the extra credit scene brought back another one. So like, but we don't know if they're gonna use Ezra Miller as a Flash anymore.
Yeah.
So this could be just another piece of the cooked spaghetti, and that reference is in the movie.
Yeah. So I've heard, I've heard them talk about like, "Oh yeah, this kind of changed and like Blue Beetle will be the first like n- thing of the DCU."
Mm-hmm.
And then I also have heard that they've made some changes to Aquaman 2. So very curious to see how this is going to play out. And also the fact that like, okay, these other two movies are slated to come out, like, are they going to flop as well? Like, are people just done with these types of movies? Like, I don't know. It's weird.
Well, it's a good spot to end the continuity of the DC ECU. If James Gunn wants to pick up certain characters, that door is open. But if he wanted to just sit back and be like, clean slate, this movie is a good way to end it.
Hmm,
So,
cool.
um,
Yeah, I want to see it. I don't feel like I need to go out to the movie theater to see it though.
it'll be on HBO Max just as Fast X. So
Yeah.
you'll be fine.
Yeah.
But it was
So,
fun. I wouldn't not see it.
yeah. I'm glad to hear that. And I feel like that's been the common theme, but it's definitely all that hype beforehand, about like Stephen King saying it's the best movie ever. Like all these people saying it's like the best thing ever. It definitely seems like that is not the case. Like it's a
No,
good movie. It's just not this phenomenal movie that they're making it out to be.
that was paid advertisement from Warner Brothers for sure, dude.
Yeah, they did a
For
great
sure.
job on the social media there.
They tried, but I saw right through them.
Yeah. So, well, cool. A good movie. Hey, that's all you can ask for, right? You leave the movie happy.
As Evan used to say when he recorded with us, it was fun.
It was fun.
It was fun.
Nice.
What you got,
um,
Peter?
I continued my theme of shark movies or sea
Nice.
creatures. Um, I gotta admit, like I was disappointed. Um, I watched The Black Demon, which we talked about that trailer on the podcast. Thought it looked pretty cool. You got this giant, like kind of like supernatural, I don't know, scarry, veiny, big ass black shark. That's pretty much terrorizing like this this area next to a rig in the Baja.
Hmm.
In Baja. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. We saw a
Yeah.
trailer of this recently, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah, and then it's already out. um it's this movie is very much supernatural, and that's the part I did not think was going to happen. Like I thought, okay, yeah, sure, you'd be supernatural, but I thought it was going to be a lot more shark. So I was really disappointed that there was not enough of this big black demon shark. and the whole premise is basically like, hey, it's based off of Mexican legend that if you pretty much treat Mother Nature wrong, this demon comes out to correct that, to terrorize you, and to pretty much bring I don't know, right the wrongs, basically. And so what's his name? Josh Lucas, who I always get confused. I want to call him Patrick Wilson. Josh Lucas comes out. He works for the big old oil company. He's supposed to be there to do a safety check on this rig that's out there, and then you determine that it's been leaking oil for a really long time. The waters are all polluted, and hence this is where the black demon came from. And then he, has to his family gets on the rig, all this stuff, and he got to save his family and pretty much try to correct the wrongs of that his company has done. Right. This movie is all about environmental crimes, basically.
Hidden message or in your face message?
Very in your face that this is, again, you're leaking oil into the ocean. You're doing a lot, and it's all due to not doing correct safety checks and basically giving into the man to make some money. So it's all about greed, and the environment loses for that, and it's worse off, and it's all about that, and then trying to find redemption for those actions that you took, all about your greed. So pretty low budget. Shark didn't look that great. It's always swimming through this oily water, basically. There's clouds of oil, and that wasn't that great of CGI. And because of all that, it lacked like the really fun like kills and everything, and it was just more about like, oh man, like I'm so sorry that I didn't shut down this rig before this oil leak happened. I'm so sorry, just trying to figure, just feeling bad about the environment. And so it was more about that than anything else than this whole shark. And then like I said, there's like supernatural elements because like this is like this demon. So like there's like scenes where like maybe someone would fall in the water, and then there's like all these body parts in the water and stuff. Like they added like this weird like supernatural element to it that I felt kind of like didn't pay off. Like it didn't relate to like the demon shark. So
A lot of Mexican culture, their folklore is based off money and greed and taken away from the people, and that makes sense. But
yeah, and yeah, the environment, sure, yeah.
yeah, it's because it's messing up their tortillas, dude.
Sure. I mean, when they live off the ocean, like I mean, I
Wait, are
get
there
it.
sea
Like,
Mexicans like in Black Panther?
is there what?
Are they
Sea
sea Mexican?
There was some, I guess, sea Mexicans because they were living on the rig. So
Oh, real life ones.
yeah.
Well, Peter, that's a bummer. I know you love your shark movies, and this didn't seem very shark movie-ish.
No, dude. Like I said, like it really the
I like the name El Domino Negro.
yeah. Yeah.
You should get that tattooed on your chest.
The shark coming up from
Yeah, a shark just from your belly and in like old English font. Domino Negro.
yeah.
That would be
It-
very fitting on you, Peter.
I would love it. I would, dude. I mean, I kind of want that. I want like a Jaws coming up somewhere. That'd be cool.
That'd be a dope tattoo, maybe on your wrist or something.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
thought the yeah, I thought the acting was pretty good. I just I wanted, you're watching a shark movie, right? What do you want? You want to see shark attacks. You want to see some real danger. Like that was the other thing. I never felt like oh shit, someone's about to get eaten. Like I just like you didn't have that, or they didn't do a very good job of building that suspense. And that was the thing that I was missing with this. And they also just didn't make it like fun. So
See, they're trying to be all pro environment and crap, and they
yeah,
forgot the best part about a shark movie is you want it to be fun. You want fun, and
yeah.
it looks like you got to wait till August 4th for the Meg 2.
I might go rewatch the Meg.
I might watch the Meg for the first time.
Dude, it's worth a watch, man. It's a fun movie. It's a fun movie. So I don't know the Black Demon. It's out there to VOD. I guess I would say if it comes to a streaming service, then maybe give it a shot. Like I finished it, so it was good enough that I actually finished it. Just don't be expecting anything spectacular from it. That's all.
Mm.
So a little sad on that, but hopefully I can redeem myself and find a great shark movie.
Speaking of great movies that just showed up on VOD, let's just get into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes! Yes! Oh! 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 Oh, God. Oh.
I'll have what she's having.
Recommendations, and this isn't my recommendation, but this is a recommendation for you.
Okay.
Mine to you, Peter. The Machine is on VOD.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that. I need to watch it.
Yeah, I
do.
started watching a little bit of
That
it.
that's another one, man. I feel like that was a kind of a flop too, which I think maybe enough people didn't really understand what was going on there, and I feel like it's gonna turn into a cult classic. But I
Bad
need to watch
marketing,
it.
dude. Marketing is everything. I was gonna say that about Indiana Jones. It might be one of the best Indiana Jones movie, but the marketing has been terrible for it.
Could be.
And the
Could-
Flash marketing is just not genuine. But for me, who had good marketing, and we didn't have a chance to review it because of Nuggets championships, parades, Renaissance Festival Life, stuff like that. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is a fantastic movie.
I need to see it so bad. That's one. Oof.
That's the one. If you have a chance to see it in theaters, you definitely should. It's very it's fast and there's a lot going on, dude.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's fun. The plot is amazing. And people have kind of broken it down more than it really needs to. Like the one thing that just kind of bugged me about social media on this is there's a big chunk of people who are trying to make Gwen Stacy trans.
Huh.
And it's because she has support trans kids and like the colors and stuff. And the directors have gone on, they're like, no, the color scheme is based off her mood. She's like a mood ring. But like how they have these characters and like the colors that follow them and the style, each character now has a different style. Like Spider-Punk comes out and he looks like he's like part of a band poster, or and he just has these cool like catchy things coming around him. Even Spider-Man 2099, like everything around him is like very futuristic. Same with the Prowler, and just the connection that they had to the first one, where you wouldn't know by just watching the first one. When you watch the second one, you're like, oh shit, they like backsplain that so well in the first movie. So Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, go watch that because we got another one coming out. It's not finished.
Yeah, hopefully next year sometime.
Hopefully. They said what, March 24th, but
I
it
think
might
at
not make it.
first.
Yeah.
But also, here's the thing, though. It doesn't matter. I mean, dude, that's a blockbuster movie. This, like you said, this first one's done really well. They can put this out June, and probably it'll bring in all the dough. So,
And it just might be a way for them to adjust their release schedule because they realize maybe May is not the best to release movies all at once.
yeah, maybe.
Just they're not the summer blockbusters like they used to be, dude.
No,
weird.
and it seems like some of these earlier movies, these are the ones that have been really good. So
Yeah, we talked about that. February, January, great movies. So
yeah. My recommendation is it's kind of weird. Like um Amazon Prime has like this weird, like kind of hidden camera show, kind of.
uh-oh.
It's called Jerry Duty. And it's interesting because it's kind of there's one person who thinks like they're just doing a documentary on the jury system, or like the court system, which
Mhm.
it kind of does, and it's kind of interesting in that matter. But there's only one real person that doesn't know what's going on. Everyone else is actors, and they're making like a fake trial, everything. And then on top of that, they have James Marsden from Sonic, which
Yes.
it's hilarious because he's playing himself, shows up, and he's supposed to be part of jury duty, and he gets selected as well. And there's a whole great part where like they're like talking and they set it up so like someone comes and like, oh, can I get a picture with you? He's like, yeah. And he's like, and then the guy like recognizes like, oh, you're from X-Men. He's like, yeah, I am. And they start listing off all these other ones, and then he's like, yeah, I also did Sonic. He's like, oh, you did Sonic? Was it good? He asked him if it was good, and he's like, yeah, I think it's pretty good. And the guy actually like again, he doesn't know this is fake. He thinks it's straight up real. And they get released apparently. He gets to leave, and he comes back the next day, and he's like, dude, I gotta apologize for you, man. I watched Sonic the last night, and it was fucking amazing. So
Just that right there, I gotta watch this show.
yeah, I'm only through the first episode.
That's
Uh,
just the first episode.
that
Okay.
was the first episode. And, it's kind of weird because like I get, and it's so they tell you that it's all made up. Like all these other people besides this main guy are actors. Yet they interview them and give them like this is this person, and like and kind of give them like, hey, this is who he's supposed to be portraying, as if this is like a real documentary. It's I don't know if that was just all for the benefit of this guy, because if he was the only one getting interviewed, that would look fishy. The other thing too, that like there's some other actors that like I recognize them, and yet this guy has no idea who they are, or like knows like they've been in other things, which I was like, I've seen some of these people, like these, extras and other things, like because they are actually like a little bit more bigger than other, not as big as James Marsden, but big enough that I kind of recognize them. So I'd be curious if you recognized anyone. But yeah, it's interesting, and again, I only got through the first episode. Hopefully it's not too long, because I can feel like this could get kind of dragged out. But from the trailer, it looks like there's a lot of crazy shit that they put this kid through. So I will continue watching.
All right.
Very
I'm in on this.
nice.
So, okay, does the main guy, is he an actor or is he
No. Main guy is just a random dude. I don't know who it is. I'm sure they just kind of like interviewed people, and you know f- it brought down like, oh man, this is one of the guys that we want to follow, and then they set it up so that he got selected for jury duty. That's my guess.
All right. I'm in.
Yeah.
I like one of these. Okay, in order for a non-actor to be the show's lead, there's Craigslist. Okay. I like it. Good
Yeah.
recommendation. I was gonna say something like The Bear season 2, but that's for next
Oh,
time.
dude, I watched the first season of that and loved it, and I am really excited to watch the next season. So,
All at once. All the episodes are readily available.
ooh, perfect. So I can just blitz through them.
Yep.
Nice. Cool. Well, Ryan, it's been too long. I'm glad we finally made the time and we got this done.
Yep.
It's been a fun time. And until next time,
We'll have a great
we-
time.
you should cut the goatee to just have a stash.
Oh yeah? Yeah.
Yeah.
You took all episode to say that?
I just noticed it because when you were moving around, I was like, because at first I thought that's all you had. And then I was like, oh, I think you could pull it off, Ryan.
I'm doing a stash for Fan Expo.
All right. Well,
like
until next time, guys. Pew pew out.
Pew pew out.
Be sure and visit bmoviesbeyond.com.